All right, everybody, David here with Two Guys Build a Biz on YouTube. And in this video, we are going to talk about the 5 biggest mistakes that we see social media marketing agency entrepreneurs make when they're getting started. All right, everybody, David back here again with Two Guys Build a Biz. And in this video, we're gonna talk about the 5 biggest mistakes that we see social media marketing agency owners make when they're first getting started. But while you hit that subscribe button and bell notification, I'm just gonna sip my coffee really quick. All right, I know that you didn't even need that time because you're already subscribed, right? All right, all jokes aside, we've seen the analytics. We know that tons of you guys watch these videos and haven't subscribed, but seriously, if you're interested in SMMA, digital entrepreneurship, Wi-Fi money, all these things that make online business great, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification to be notified the next time that we put out a video like this. But without further ado, in this video, I'm gonna quickly talk through 5 of the biggest issues that I see early social media marketing agency owners make when they're getting started. Some of this has to do with limiting beliefs. Some of this has to do with challenges that they're going to face as a business and ways that they can be better equipped to set themselves up for success. So without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, so the first mistake that I see so many young entrepreneurs make and so many individuals that are looking to start businesses online is that they literally tell themselves no in their head before they even get started. I get so many DMs on Instagram or in our Facebook groups, we see so many individuals looking to start a business online, but their posts and their questions all have to do with ways that they've told themselves in their head that they can't do it before they even get started. Things like age, things like not having every skill set in digital marketing under the sun, not being a total expert and rock star at every single facet of digital marketing. All these are excuses and all these are limiting beliefs that stand in the way of you actually getting started on your journey. Entrepreneurship is difficult. It is a challenge. There is not an easy button to press, but nothing is ever going to happen unless you actually start taking action. So stop telling yourself no, or stop putting roadblocks in your way of getting started before you even talk to the market or before you even pick up the phone and make that first call or send that first email. You will be absolutely surprised at all the positivity that's out there and all the help that is needed from experts like yourself to actually get the businesses into the modern age when it comes to digital marketing. There are so many businesses out there that know less than you, that don't want to spend their time on digital marketing and would way rather find somebody to help them. Things like age, things like experience, all of those, like I said, are excuses on your way to getting started. So stop telling yourself no before you get out there and actually begin speaking with business owners and just start taking action, implementing things that you're learning as you go. All right, so the second big mistake that I see a lot of young agency owners make is that they take objection too hard. They make one phone call, they get hung up on. They have one proposal meeting, they think it's gonna go well and it doesn't go well, and they see that as the end of the world. They think that, oh, the sky is falling. I spoke with one business owner or I got all the way to the proposal stage finally and they didn't like what I put together. I must not be cut out for this and I'm gonna quit. That is when you need to double down your efforts. Let me tell you something about business and about life and about sales, about anything that you're gonna do in this world, whether it's a job interview or whether it's a $10,000 proposal for your social media marketing agency. You need to have a thick skin and you need to move on from those objections that you're facing. I can't tell you how many times I've been hung up on in my career. When I was first getting started as a recruiter way back in the day, one of the biggest challenges was that I was cold calling all day, didn't really know what I was saying, didn't feel confident that I would be able to convince somebody to take action on what I was calling them and trying to convince them to do, or the value that I was trying to present to them. And I only got good at this, and Derek only got good at this because we kept picking up the phone and we kept trying again. And guess what started to happen? Good things started to happen. We started having good conversations. We started cashing checks. We started making money. And all we had to do when we came to start our social media marketing agency was implement those same principles. We started making phone calls. We started talking to business owners. We started taking steps and good things started to happen. We definitely lost some deals. We lost some clients. We had some discouraging proposal reviews. We thought that we were going to get some deals in the door that totally fizzled out and the people stopped calling us back. That's facts. That is going to happen. It's all about overcoming that objection and just getting to that next conversation, that next proposal review, that next pot of gold, because there is gonna be payoff at the end of the day. You just need to overcome that objection, push through, and get to that next conversation. All right, the third major mistake that I see a lot of business owners make initially is that they niche down too early. They see somebody in some Facebook group, or they see some testimonial of somebody working with realtors or working with doctors or chiropractors, and they think that that is the only niche that is gonna be profitable for them. I'm a big believer, and Derek is a big big believer that you should work with the types of niches that you want to work with, at least early on, to try different things. It's just like walking into a restaurant and tasting a new type of food that you've never had before and ordering all of one type of thing, having no idea if it's going to taste good. The same goes for your agency. You might be passionate about a niche and find out that it's not terribly profitable for you. Or you might find that there's a profitable niche, but it's like pulling teeth to work with them. No pun intended. I personally have no desire to work with dentists, to learn about the dental industry, and why would I be building a business to go and work with an industry that I have no desire to work with? It's no different than working for a 9-to-5 job that you hate at that point. We're starting agencies here so we can have digital freedom, so we can go do fun things, so we can enjoy the work that we're doing from Monday through Friday, so that every day feels like a weekend instead of only living for 2 days of the week like the rest of the people in the world that work 9-to-5 jobs that they don't enjoy. Work with niches of a variety, figure out what you like, and then niche down from there. All right, so the next major mistake that I see SMMA owners make is that they focus on the wrong things, okay? They worry about all the right technology, or they worry about some YouTube video that they saw that said that they should have a ClickFunnels membership, and they don't even have a client yet. They're worrying about step 5 when they should be worrying about step 1 that's in front of them, which is getting their business incorporated, or getting that first client, or fulfilling services for that first client. They're worried about running a 6-figure agency when they should have a 1-figure agency, right? You need to understand that you need to focus on the things that are most important in front of you. That's what entrepreneurship is. It's putting one step in front of the other and focusing on what comes next, as opposed to what comes a year from now. And I think that that is such a massive mistake that so many agency owners make. And it's a part of what makes starting a business seem so overwhelming. It looks like this behemoth, this giant mountain that you need to climb, when really all that entrepreneurship is taking one step and then the next step and continuing to take action and put one foot in front of the other for a prolonged period of time. Persistence is key. And if you're focusing on the right things, if you're focusing on what's next, what's going to get you one step closer to your goal, pretty soon you'll look behind you and you'll have walked 10 miles on your entrepreneurship journey, figuratively, right? So focus on the most important things, figure out what that is, make a list, and then work that list. Prioritize your day, prioritize your task for what is going to be most important for what you're working on now, and then worry about your long-term goals later. Like, worry about having the micro day-to-day be steps that you're taking towards the bigger goals that you're working on, which feeds directly into number 5, which is they don't have a plan. You can't have a business if you don't have a plan. It's that simple. You need to have a plan, you need to have a strategy, you need to understand what it is that you're trying to do. And that makes it so much easier to work towards your goals every day when you understand what those goals actually are and the plan that you have to get you there. There is a reason why the SMMA Blueprint course that we sell is set up in the order that it is. It's a plan. It's get your business set up, then get clients, then fulfill services for the clients, then scale your business. That's the plan. But in order to do that, you need to understand the micro details of what goes into that. And you need to write them down, you need to plan it out, and you need to understand the timelines that you want to be hitting to achieve the pieces of your plan that's realistic for you. Everybody's going to be different. Every agency is going to be different, but you need to understand the steps that you need to take to get you from where you're at today to where you're trying to go. And that begins with putting pen to paper or keyboard to screen or, to-do app or whatever it is that you want to use to orchestrate and plan out your steps for your business, but you need to have a plan. Entrepreneurship is all about planning. It's all about having a strategy. It's all about knowing what your next steps are. Spend your time Sunday night planning out for the week what it is that you're going to do to move you towards your goals. This is something that I still do every single Sunday night. I look at my Microsoft To-Do app, I see the priorities for the week, I cross-reference to that with my calendar and plan out what I'm going to be doing and when I'm going to be doing it so that every week I have a plan. And then every morning on our management meeting, Derek and I review our strategy for our businesses at this point, what needs to happen for each, and exactly who's going to be doing what and what the plan is. And that way we're on the same page. We have a strategy for the marching orders for what we're going to accomplish and how we're going to keep pushing our business forward. So many agency owners jump into SMMA. They have no plan. They've just got an idea. They see some success story on YouTube and they think that they can watch a bunch of YouTube videos, which is fine, and figure it all out for themselves, but they never actually put together a rigid plan for what it is that they're trying to do. And unfortunately, a lot of those business owners become a statistic because they never had a plan to begin with, and how are you going to accomplish anything without actually having a strategy? So those are the 5 biggest mistakes that I see agency owners make. I'm really curious, what mistakes do you see agency owners make? Let me know in the comments below. What are the biggest challenges that you're facing in your business? Let's get a dialogue going in the comments. I'm super curious about that. And don't forget, before you jump off or X out of this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications so that you're notified the next time we post a video like this, and smash the heck out of that like button. It really helps helps the YouTube algorithm. It basically says, hey, David is a legitimate person to listen to on YouTube, and these two guys really know what they're doing when it comes to entrepreneurship, and helps other folks find good advice like this on their entrepreneur journey. It means a lot to us. So go ahead, smash the like button, and we'll see you in the next video.